Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk to you about something that is as real as the air we breathe, something that's at the core of every great success story. It's something that you can't avoid no matter how much you want to. I'm talking about the struggle. You can't climb without struggle. Embrace your struggles. In life, we often try to avoid pain, hardship, and discomfort. We search for shortcuts, we seek comfort, and we long for ease. But here's the truth, life struggles are not here to destroy you. They're here to shape you, to strengthen you, and to prepare you for the greatness that lies ahead. If you want to climb to new heights, if you want to achieve something extraordinary, you must embrace your struggles. It's in the struggle where your true growth takes place, and it's only by facing challenges head on that you can uncover your full potential. You see, the world doesn't owe you a life of ease. You weren't meant to glide through life without obstacles. Life's greatest rewards don't come from avoiding struggle. They come from confronting it, from persevering through it, and from learning the lessons it offers. It's easy to look at someone who has reached the top of the mountain, to look at their success and to think, I want that. But what you might not see is the road they had to walk to get there. You don't see the sleepless nights, the sacrifices, the tears, or the moments when they thought about giving up. All you see is the victory. What you don't realize is that they were able to reach the summit not because they had an easy path, but because they embraced the struggle along the way. When you embrace your struggles, you start to understand that every challenge you face is a stepping stone toward your dream. It's easy to become frustrated when things don't go according to plan. It's easy to feel defeated when obstacles arise. But if you can learn to reframe these struggles, you'll see them for what they really are, opportunities for growth. Every difficulty you face is a chance to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Each struggle teaches you something new about yourself, about your abilities, your character, and your determination. The more challenges you face, the more you evolve. The more you struggle, the more you become capable of overcoming even bigger challenges. Life doesn't hand out success on a silver platter. Success is earned through hard work, persistence, and the willingness to keep going when the road gets tough. Struggle is the price you pay for progress. Every time you face adversity and keep moving forward, you're building the foundation for something greater. It might not feel like it in the moment, but the struggles you face today are shaping you for the victories you'll experience tomorrow. And while you're in the middle of it, you may feel exhausted. You may feel like you're not getting anywhere. But keep in mind that the process is just as important as the destination. You don't just arrive at your goals. You become the person capable of achieving them by enduring and learning from the struggles along the way. Sometimes it's easy to forget how far we've come because we're so focused on how far we still have to go. But if you take a moment to look back, you'll realize how much you've already grown. Think about the times in your life when you thought you couldn't go any further, but you did. Think about the challenges that once seemed insurmountable, but are now just part of your story. Those struggles didn't break you. They built you. They showed you just how strong you really are. They prove that you have the courage and the endurance to face anything that comes your way. When you embrace your struggles, you stop seeing them as roadblocks and start seeing them as opportunities. You stop playing the victim and begin to see yourself as a warrior, someone capable of conquering the toughest challenges. You learn to see adversity not as a punishment, but as a process of transformation. With each struggle, you get closer to becoming the person you were meant to be. It's in the moments of difficulty that you find out what you're truly made of. It's in the battles you face that you discover your resilience, your tenacity, and your strength. But here's the key. You have to face the struggle. You have to engage with it. Don't run from it. Don't shy away from it. Lean into it. Face it with determination, with courage, and with a mindset that says, this is my time to grow. The moment you choose to embrace your struggle, you take control of your journey. You stop letting fear and doubt dictate your path. Instead, you take that first step forward, knowing that each one is bringing you closer to your goals. The journey will never be easy. There will always be challenges. There will always be moments of doubt. And there will always be times when you want to give up. But let me tell you something. You are stronger than you think. Your strength lies in your ability to keep going when it's tough, to rise every time you fall, and to learn from every obstacle that stands in your way. So don't fear the struggle. Don't shy away from it. Embrace it. Face it with courage, and allow it to make you the person you are destined to be. Because at the end of it all, when you look back, you'll realize that it was the struggle that made the victory so sweet. And it was the climb, not the destination, that taught you who you truly are. The power of persistence. Persistence is the secret ingredient behind every success story. It's the difference between those who achieve their dreams and those who give up before they get there. It's easy to think that success comes easily to some people, that they have some special gift or that they were born with an advantage. But in reality, the only thing that separates those who succeed from those who fail is the power of persistence. The ability to keep going, to keep pushing forward, even when it seems like the world is against you. Persistence is not just about stubbornly continuing to do something without thinking. It's about staying the course, making progress, and not letting failure or setbacks stop you. It's about refusing to quit, even when the road ahead seems impossible, even when it feels like you're not getting any closer to your goal. Life is full of obstacles, challenges, and moments when things don't go as planned. But it's not those obstacles that define you, it's how you respond to them that makes all the difference. You can choose to be defeated, or you can choose to rise again. Persistence is the decision to rise time after time until you break through the barriers in front of you. When you face obstacles, when things aren't going your way, it's easy to become discouraged. It's easy to wonder if it's worth it, to question whether your effort is making any difference. But that's the moment when persistence matters the most. It's during the difficult times that your character is built. It's when you feel like giving up that you need to remind yourself why you started in the first place. Persistence is about keeping your eyes on the prize, even when the path seems uncertain. It's about trusting that every effort, no matter how small, is taking you closer to your dream. We all face difficulties and challenges. No one is exempt from life's trials. But what truly sets people apart is the way they approach these challenges. Some will let a setback stop them. Some will quit after one failed attempt. But those who understand the power of persistence know that failure is not the end, it's just part of the journey. Every time you fail, you learn something new. You learn what doesn't work, you learn what you need to change, and you learn what you need to do differently. And that knowledge makes you stronger. It builds your resilience, it prepares you for the next step. Think about all the great achievers throughout history, the ones who are remembered for their accomplishments. They weren't the ones who had an easy ride. They were the ones who faced rejection after rejection, failure after failure, but they kept going, they kept trying, they kept learning, and eventually their persistence paid off. The road to success is rarely smooth, but the ability to persist in the face of adversity is what creates real change. It's the difference between achieving your dreams and giving up too soon. Persistence doesn't just mean trying over and over again. It means getting up when you fall down, but also being willing to adapt and change your approach. If something isn't working, you don't just keep banging your head against the same wall. You learn from it, you adjust, you pivot, you keep moving forward, always finding a way to continue your journey, even when the path seems blocked. The power of persistence is not in sheer force, but in the wisdom to keep moving, even when you don't have all the answers. There will be times when you'll want to quit, when the obstacles seem insurmountable, when the doubt creeps in and tells you that it's not worth it. It's what helps you continue when others would have quit. Success is not for the faint of heart. It's for those who are willing to keep moving forward, no matter how difficult the journey. The power of persistence lies in the fact that no matter how many times you fail, you are one step closer to success. Each failure is just one step in the process. Each obstacle is just a chance to learn and grow. The most successful people in the world aren't the ones who never failed. They're the ones who refuse to quit. They understood that failure isn't the end, it's just part of the story. And with persistence, the story always ends in victory. In the end, persistence is the fuel that drives success. It's the force that pushes you to keep going when the world tells you to stop. It's what turns dreams into reality. It's the difference between those who settle for mediocrity and those who achieve greatness. When you understand the power of persistence, you realize that nothing can stop you. Not failure, not doubt, not fear. Keep going, keep pushing, because with persistence, there's nothing you can't achieve. Struggle brings clarity. There is something extraordinary about struggle that many of us don't fully understand until we are deep in the thick of it. We live in a world that often pushes the idea of comfort and ease as the ideal way of life. Yet some of the most transformative moments come not when things are easy. In fact, it is through struggle that we gain a clear understanding of our purpose, our strength, and our true potential. When things are going smoothly, it's easy to go through life on autopilot. There's little need to dig deep into ourselves or to examine the choices we are making. But when you face struggle, something shifts. The distractions fade away and you are forced to confront yourself. You must face your fears, your limitations, and your weaknesses head on. It's uncomfortable and often it's painful, but that discomfort has a purpose. It forces you to grow. It forces you to examine what is important to you, what you're willing to fight for, and where you're willing to go. Struggle removes the noise and brings the truth into sharp focus. In moments of struggle, we begin to see things more clearly. We can no longer hide behind our excuses or our distractions. The path forward becomes more apparent. Though it may not be the easiest path, we gain clarity about what truly matters in our lives, what we value, what we need, and where we should be directing our energy. Without struggle, we may never have the courage to ask ourselves the hard question. We may never push ourselves to consider what truly makes us happy or fulfilled. Struggle reveals things that are often hidden beneath the surface, bringing them to light in a way that makes it impossible to ignore. It strips away the illusions we've created and forces us to face the reality of who we are and where we are headed. Think about the times in your life when you've faced a tough situation. It could have been a personal crisis, a career setback, or a relationship that was falling apart. It had reshaped your perspective, made you more resilient, and given you a newfound appreciation for the things you had been taking for granted. It brought clarity about what was truly important, and it gave you the wisdom to navigate your future with a clearer sense of purpose. Struggle has a way of cutting through the clutter in our lives and revealing what we really need to focus on. In the midst of hardship, we are forced to strip away the unnecessary, to let go of the things that don't serve us. When life becomes difficult, you start to realize that some of the things you thought were important material possessions, the opinions of others, the pursuit of fleeting pleasures are not what truly bring lasting happiness or fulfillment. What truly matters comes into sharper focus. You see your priorities more clearly. What once seemed like a distraction becomes irrelevant, and what you once took for granted suddenly becomes invaluable. Struggle teaches us that it is often through the hardest times that we learn the most about what really matters to us. It's in these moments of struggle that we also gain clarity about our strength. When you're faced with a challenge, you don't always know how you will respond. It can feel overwhelming at first, but then something incredible happens. You start to realize that you have more strength than you thought. You discover resilience within yourself that you didn't know was there. You find the courage to take action when all you want to do is give up. Struggle reveals your inner power and helps you tap into the strength you didn't even know you had. It's often only through facing difficulty that you realize just how capable you truly are. Another way struggle brings clarity is by helping you find your purpose. When life is comfortable, it's easy to drift. You can go through the motions, moving from one day to the next without questioning where you're headed or why. But when you face a difficult time, you are forced to ask deeper questions. You begin to evaluate whether the life you are living is aligned. Struggle pushes you to reconsider your goals, your dreams, and your desires. It brings your true calling into focus, showing you what matters most. In the face of adversity, your purpose becomes clearer, and you are better able to pursue it with intention. It's easy to look at struggle as something negative, but in reality, it's often the catalyst for transformation. Without struggle, there would be no growth. Without hardship, there would be no strength. And without difficulty, there would be no clarity. Struggle has a way of clarifying our vision, sharpening our focus, and helping us understand who we are and what we are capable of. It doesn't promise that the journey will be easy, but it guarantees that the destination will be worth it. Embrace your struggles, because they are the very thing that will bring you the clarity you need to move forward in your life. Through struggle, you will not only discover the answers you seek, but you will also discover the person you are meant to become. Growth happens in the grind. Life has a way of throwing us into the grind. It's in the grind where we often find ourselves questioning our progress, wondering if it's worth all the effort. The grind is not glamorous, it's repetitive, exhausting, and sometimes feels like you're making no headway at all. Yet, it's in the grind. The daily struggles, the endless hours of work, the persistence when you feel like quitting, that growth truly happens. Most people overlook the grind, thinking that success will come in bursts of inspiration or moments of brilliance. But the truth is, the grind is where the real work is done, and it's where the transformation occurs. The grind is the uncelebrated part of success. It's not the flashy moments, the big breakthroughs, or the moments when you get to stand on stage and take a bow. The grind is the small, consistent effort you put in every single day, even when it feels like nothing is changing. It's the hard work behind the scenes that prepares you for the moments of success that others see. And it's in this daily grind that you build the foundation for everything that comes later. What many don't realize is that growth doesn't happen when everything is easy. Growth happens when you push yourself beyond your comfort zone, when you do things that are hard, when you face challenges and obstacles head on. The grind forces you to confront your weaknesses, to stretch beyond what you thought was possible, and to keep going even when you want to quit. It is precisely in these moments of struggle and challenge that the seeds of growth are planted. People often look for shortcuts, for easier paths, for quick fixes, but growth doesn't work that way. There are no shortcuts to greatness. There's no way to bypass the grind. The process is everything. It's in the struggle, in the moments when you feel like you're not getting anywhere, that the most important lessons are learned. When you put in the work, even when you don't see immediate results, You're building not just your skill, but also your resilience, your discipline, and your character. These are the things that carry you through the tough times and the things that sustain your success once you reach it. Sometimes the grind feels discouraging because the results aren't immediate. We live in a world that craves instant gratification, where we want things right now and we want to see immediate results from our efforts. But growth is not instantaneous. It's cumulative. The work you put in today might not pay off today, but it builds on itself over time. Every hour of effort, every small step forward, every day you persist, even when you don't feel like it, is adding up. Growth is not always visible in the moment, but it's happening. It's like planting a seed in the ground. You can't see the roots growing underneath, but you know that something is happening. And over time, that seed will push through the soil, break free, and grow into something beautiful. It's easy to get discouraged in the grind because it can sometimes feel like you're not making any progress. But real growth happens in the quiet, everyday actions that add up. It's the consistency in showing up, in doing the work, even when it doesn't feel exciting or rewarding. The grind may not always feel like progress, but it is. It's during the grind that you build your endurance, your work ethic, and your focus. These things are the foundation of true success, and they come only through consistent effort. The grind is also where you learn about yourself. When you're in the thick of it, when the work is hard and the days are long, you begin to learn what you're truly made of. You discover your capacity for perseverance, for handling discomfort, and for pushing through obstacles. The grind forces you to confront your weaknesses, and weaknesses are not something to be ashamed of. They are opportunities for growth. The things that challenge you are the very things that teach you who you are and help you become more than you thought you could be. The grind pushes you to dig deeper into yourself, to uncover strength you didn't know you had, and to discover new capabilities you've never explored. But perhaps the greatest gift the grind gives you is patience. In our fast-paced world, we often forget that everything takes time. Growth is a slow and steady process. It's easy to compare your progress to others and feel discouraged, but the truth is that everyone's grind is different. What matters is that you stay consistent, that you keep showing up, and that you trust in the process. The grind teaches you that success is not an overnight event. It's a result of consistent effort over time, of small steps taken each day that eventually add up to something big. Growth happens in the grind because that's where you become the person capable of achieving your goals. You may not see the changes happening in real time, but they are taking place. Every hour spent working toward your dream, every obstacle overcome, every challenge faced, and every setback endured is shaping you, preparing you for the success that is coming your way. The grind is not just about doing the work. It's about becoming the person who is worthy of the success that you desire. It's in the grind where you learn the habits, the mindset, and the skills that will carry you to the top. So don't rush the process. Don't skip the grind. Embrace it, because it's in the grind, in the consistency, and in the struggle that growth truly happens. And in the end, that's what leads to the success you've been working for. Breakthroughs are born in the struggle. When you find yourself in the midst of a struggle, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, disheartened, or even hopeless. Struggles have a way of testing our limits, our patience, and our resilience. They challenge us to face discomfort, uncertainty, and fear, often pushing us to a breaking point. But here's the powerful truth. Breakthroughs are born in the struggle. It is during the toughest, most trying times that the seeds of transformation are planted. Struggles aren't roadblocks. They are the very conditions that set the stage for incredible personal growth, creativity, and achievement. We often look at success and think it's something that just happens for a select few, those who are lucky or naturally gifted. But what we often fail to see is the struggle that preceded it. Every great breakthrough in history, every monumental achievement has come through the crucible of struggle. Behind every success story is a period of hardship, sacrifice, and uncertainty. It is in those moments when the path ahead seems unclear, when the obstacles seem insurmountable, that the greatest innovations, ideas, and personal transformations are born. Struggle forces us to stretch beyond our comfort zones, to reimagine possibilities, and to tap into a deeper well of strength and creativity that we might not have known existed within us. The nature of struggle is that it confronts us with our limitations. We come face to face with our weaknesses, our doubts, and our insecurities. And while this can feel uncomfortable or discouraging, it's precisely in these moments of vulnerability that breakthroughs occur. Struggles reveal what is hidden within us, our untapped potential, our resilience, and our ability to think outside the box. When things are easy, we don't grow in the same way. We stay in our comfort zones, relying on what we already know. But in the struggle, we are forced to innovate, to adapt, and to push beyond our limits. Think about the times in your life when you faced adversity, the challenges that seemed impossible at the time, the moments when you doubted your ability to keep going. Those were the very moments that shaped you. Those struggles taught you lessons that success never could. They forced you to dig deeper, to find strength you didn't know you had, and to rise above your circumstances. It's often in the aftermath of struggle that you realize just how much you've grown, how much you've learned, and how much more capable you are than ever believed. Struggle also fosters creativity. When things aren't going as planned, when the road ahead is unclear, we have no choice but to think differently. The solutions we seek in the middle of a struggle often require us to step outside of conventional thinking, to look for new paths and to challenge assumptions. Many of the world's greatest innovations were born from moments of struggle. Think about inventors and entrepreneurs who, faced with obstacles and setbacks, refused to give up. It was through their struggles that they found the breakthroughs they were looking for. The struggle forced them to think creatively, to pivot, and to approach problems in ways they had never considered before. The process of overcoming struggle is what teaches us the most. The setbacks, failures, and moments of doubt don't define us. How we respond does. Every time we face adversity and choose to keep going, we build resilience. We learn that failure is not the end, but just a stepping stone on the path to success. It's in the struggle that we develop the tenacity and grit required to keep moving forward. Each obstacle we overcome strengthens us for the next challenge. Every failure teaches us something new. And it's through these lessons that we become more capable and more prepared for the future. Moreover, struggle has a way of stripping away everything that is unnecessary, leaving only what truly matters. When you're in the midst of a struggle, you can no longer focus on trivial distractions. You must focus on what's important, what truly drives you, what you're passionate about, and what you're willing to fight for. The struggle forces clarity, revealing what matters most in your life and your goals. When things are tough, you can't afford to waste energy on things that don't serve your ultimate purpose. Struggle forces you to get real, to prioritize, and to eliminate distractions. In the struggle, we also learn the value of persistence. It's easy to get discouraged when progress is slow or when things aren't working out the way you expected. But the breakthrough doesn't happen when you quit. It happens when you keep going, when you refuse to give up, even in the face of adversity. The struggle teaches us the power of persistence, the ability to keep moving forward, even when the road is tough, even success feels far away. It is this persistence that ultimately leads to breakthroughs. The most successful people in the world didn't quit during their struggles. They kept going, kept learning, and kept evolving until they found the breakthrough they were searching for. Sometimes we wish for the struggle to end, to just be done with the hardships and obstacles. But in reality, the struggle is not the enemy, it's the process that makes us who we are. Without the struggle, there are no breakthroughs. Without the struggle, there is no growth. Without the struggle, there is no transformation. It is in the heat of the battle that we become stronger, wiser, and more capable of achieving the success we desire. So when the next struggle comes your way, don't shy away from it. Embrace it. Understand that it is in this moment that your breakthrough is being born. Keep pushing, keep fighting, because the struggle is not here to break you, it is here to make you. Your struggles are not in vain. There are moments in life when the weight of your struggles feels unbearable, when everything seems to be falling apart, when you feel as though you're fighting against forces beyond your control. It's easy to question the value of your struggles. You wonder if they are in vain, if all the effort, pain, and heartache will ever lead to something meaningful. But the truth is, your struggles are never in vain. Every challenge, every setback, and every moment of hardship holds the potential to shape you into a stronger, wiser, and more resilient version of yourself. Struggles have a way of testing our resolve, pushing us to the brink, and forcing us to confront our deepest fears and insecurities. During these times, it may seem like nothing is going right, that every step forward is met with 2 steps back. But even in the darkest of times, something important is happening. Every struggle you face is an opportunity for growth, an opportunity to learn, and an opportunity to discover the strength you didn't know you had. It's easy to see struggles as obstacles that hold us back, but in reality, they are the very things that propel us forward, even if we don't always recognize it at the time. The process of struggling is not just about surviving the difficult moments, it's about what you learn along the way. When things are hard, you begin to uncover truths about yourself that you may not have known before. You discover what you are truly made of, what you value, and what you are willing to fight for. My struggles reveal your inner strength, your resilience, and your ability to persevere, even when the road seems impossible. It is in the moments of hardship that we learn the most about ourselves and our capacity to overcome. Each time you rise from a struggle, you are not only overcoming the immediate challenge, but also growing in ways that will serve you throughout your life. It's important to understand that struggles are not just about enduring pain, they are about transformation. When you go through a difficult experience, you are being reshaped. The process is not easy, and there are no shortcuts, but it is always leading to something greater. You might not see the fruits of your labor immediately, but over time, the lessons you've learned and the strength you've gained will reveal themselves in ways that will surprise you. Struggles are like the grinding of a diamond. Pressure, hardship, and time work together to bind and shape something beautiful. Without the struggle, you wouldn't reach your full potential. One of the most important aspects of struggling is that it teaches you patience. So, in a world where we want everything now, struggles force us to slow down and trust the process. You can't rush growth. You can't speed up the lessons that life is trying to teach you. The struggles you face are part of a larger picture, and sometimes the only thing you can do is keep moving forward, even when you can't see the end goal. It's the patience you develop in those moments of uncertainty that will carry you through future challenges. Over time, you will learn to trust that no matter how difficult things may seem in the moment, there is always a purpose to your struggles, and there is always growth waiting on the other side. There are times when the pain feels endless, and it's tempting to wonder if all the effort is worth it. But your struggles are not in vain, because they are leading you to a place you would not have reached without them. Sometimes the greatest rewards come not from the success itself, but from the person you become in the process. The wisdom, the perseverance, and the strength you gain through struggle are priceless. They prepare you for the future, and they give you the tools you need to face whatever comes your way. Your struggles might not make sense in the moment, but they are laying the foundation for something far greater than you can imagine. Another reason your struggles are never in vain is that they can serve a purpose beyond your own growth. Often it is in overcoming your personal challenges that you gain the perspective and empathy to help others. The struggles you face make you more compassionate, more understanding, and more capable of offering support to those who undergo similar experiences. What you learn through your struggles can inspire and empower others. Your journey becomes a source of hope for those who may be facing their own battles. In this way, your struggles not only transform you, but can also have a lasting impact on the world around you. It's easy to feel defeated in the midst of struggle, to believe that everything you're going through is pointless or that you'll never make it to the other side. But the truth is, every struggle you face is part of the process that shapes who you are and prepares you for what lies ahead. Your struggles are never in vain because they are the very things that allow you to become the person you are meant to be. They build your character, strengthen your resolve, and teach you lessons that will last a lifetime. The road may be long, and the journey may be difficult, but the struggles you face are leading you to something greater than you can imagine. Keep going because your struggles are not in vain. They are the stepping stones to your success, your growth, and your ultimate purpose.